So I'm holding the beard growth chart, and one thing that we know with our kiddos is as they go through puberty, their bodies are going to change. Some of them embrace that better than others. That's the way I'm going to phrase it. They embrace it better than others. One thing I want to make sure you understand is it's based on your family and your kiddo. I know kids that preparing them for puberty would be a nightmare because they'd have so much anxiety about it that you'd create additional problems. But then I have other kiddos that if you present it in steps over time and provide instruction, that will be calming. So that's something that you're going to need to know for your own kiddo and your own family. I think it's great if there are older siblings to be able for that kiddo to be able to observe and in some degree participate in the siblings change, because it helps to prepare for that process for them. So that's one thing I'd look at if you happen to have that opportunity, being able to use an older sibling to be able to prepare them for that process. So again, what you say or what you share is going to be individualized to your kiddo, but there's so many areas that are going to happen for our ladies and for our young men. So the growth of hair over their body, and for some, I know for my son it was very uncomfortable for him. He actually wanted to shave it all off, and talking about how that's the way our bodies are intended to grow, and how the process is, how we have to adapt to that process. So I know families have done a great job sometimes using social stories to go through that process. That's also an area, if you're an OT, that your OT can work with, and the ability to be able to perform whatever needs to happen, whether it's shaving or whether it's hygiene care of some sort, what those abilities are and how you can problem solve adapting that. We have several clients on several different levels, so we've had to work through this process and how to manage that, and are they able to manage those things at school and at home and all different environments. So that is definitely what we would call an activity of daily living, and that's something that occupational therapy works on. So and they can give you ideas on how to work through that. I know people that have purchased books, done video series, those types of things. That's something you can look into if you think that's an option for you. But also, if they have a friend or a typically developing peer that's ahead of them on that process, sometimes it's easier for them to talk to a peer about it than it is parents. So even your clinician would be more of a peer than the parent's going to be. So those are just some options to look at. If you have concerns about upcoming puberty or anxiety, please talk to your OT about it, and you guys can kind of problem solve together how to work on that and how to go through that process.